You had an interesting first year on the job as commissioner. When you look back at it, how do you summarize year one as NBA commissioner?
I summarize it as eventful, chock full. I had some very unexpected things, some other moments of great joy for the league. I think of Isaiah Austin at the draft. And moments, though, that I think no one could have been completely prepared for, but to the extent that I was trained for the job, I owe that to David Stern, and as you know, I spent over 20 years working for him before I took this job.
As much as you can be prepared for a job, you can't be prepared for what happened just a few months into your tenure with the Donald Sterling situation. You walk me through the thought process of how you got there and how it went down.
The recording on that tape was not the Donald Sterling that I had known for all those years. I think I was somewhat shocked to hear him say those things, but I also recognized that I had an obligation on behalf of the league to make a decision. I recognized that this was an issue that could potentially have enormous impact on the operation of our league, on our players, on the business partners. Certainly there were a lot of eyes on the league to see how we would respond in this situation. I factored all of those things in.
I watched comments that seems that you're in favor of changing the playoff model. Where do you stand on that right now?
Bob Fitzgerald has proposed several times to me that we change the seeding format, and his particular suggestion is that we take the division leaders, so that's 6 teams, and then we seed the remaining 10 teams in order of record. A major change like that has to be really strongly vetted, by a competition committee, by the owners. We all have to talk about the impact it will have. We have to talk to our television partners. So it's something that we're looking at very closely, and I think from a practical standpoint, we're looking at change that's for the 16-17 season. I think the hiring of Becky Hammon is a wonderful step for the league, and the fact that it was done by the NBA champion makes it all that much more special, and done by R.C. Buford and Greg Popovich for basketball reasons. Becky Hammon is someone I've known for a long time. We were friendly when she was a WNBA player. She's doing so well that people aren't talking about it, and I think that's what Becky would say, is that I don't want people to focus on the fact that the first woman who's a full-time assistant coach for a team. I want them to focus on how I'm doing my job and how this team is ultimately performing on the court. Hats off to the San Antonio Spurs and their organization for leading the way.